Okay, today we have the MacBook Pro 2020 version. I just was hunting for a new laptop and couldn't decide on one because I wasn't sure about Windows, and I had an old MacBook Pro from 2012, I think, and it ran just fine, but I sold that one off and thought I could upgrade to an Acer, but I just wasn't a fan of that operating system. So I went ahead and purchased this. So those who know, the MacBook Pro has been kind of controversial the last few years because of their keyboard. Now, their keyboards were introduced as having a new butterfly mechanism that helped them be flatter and allowed for them to rest easier and to do less typing. But the problem with those were they broke super easily. They were not very reliable, and Apple even had warranties for those that you could go and get them taken care of whenever you needed. So I decided to check this one out, and they just put in the new Magic keyboard, which means basically the old scissor action keys that actually sound a little quieter in my opinion than other ones. So I wanted to do a unboxing, just got this in, and check it out. I've never opened one like this before. So I've got this, I've got a few accessories of what you could do and buy for this particular model. This is the base model, except I upgraded to the 16 gigs of RAM rather than the 8 gig base RAM that they give you, just because I know it'll age a little bit better. In 8 years, 7 years, it should still run just fine, and the resale value should continue to be pretty high. So let's get this started. It's a 1.4 gigahertz. I guess I don't need the scissors for this part. I know this is really satisfying. Oh, the way that tears. That is really satisfying. Apple just knows how to make things look good. Even if there are some things they may not do super well, they do know how to keep you in suspense. I mean, even their iPhone boxes were made to come off really slowly to add to the suspense. This is the 1.4 gigahertz base model. It's the quad core i5, which is, I think, the last year's processor. I was okay with that because the turbo boost to 3.9 gigahertz is just fine for me. I'm not running a lot of super heavy duty apps and programs. My wife, photographer, and edits photos a lot. She has, I think, the 2015 Pro, and it runs well, but it's only got the 8 gigs of RAM. So I think at some point, in the next few years, she's gonna sell that and upgrade to something that she can do a little bit more processing with, at the same time as doing other class assignments and whatnot. So let's get started with this. Just make sure I'm doing this right. Yep, it opens so slow. As I pull, it's just falling off. Wow, that actually is really satisfying. Let's take a look. Oof. I got the space gray. I just really like the way that looks. Wow. I really like that it's compact. It's really light. It's super thin. And it just, it feels good holding it. And all the reviews I've seen of it, it just looked really good. Oh, I don't even want to hold this because I don't want to get fingerprints on it. So that's the look, space gray. It's got the 2 lightning ports here, and then the port here on this side underneath. It looks just like that. It's nice because it's it's just so beautiful looking at the touch bar. It turns on immediately when you open it up. I know the speakers were a big deal for me. That old laptop that I had, the Acer, just the speakers were underneath it, so it didn't sound great at all, even when you're sitting down, which a laptop should sound good on your lap, but it sounded completely terrible. So that's one thing Apple also does really well, is their speakers.
To use English as the main language,
excuse
press the
me.
return key.
I'm so sorry I interrupted you, Siri. So I'll close that back up. It does come with a dedicated escape key now. It's so light. It's just, it feels great holding. I can't say that enough. I just really appreciate the way that they made the aesthetic. It just looks so good, you know. Obviously, comes with this little packet, the design by Apple, with a little MacBook Pro. All the information, if you don't know about it, of course, the little decals they always put on there. If you didn't already have 100 of them, here's a couple more. And then you get this little container. Don't know what else you do with that. Here's the charger, the MagSafe charger. Actually, I don't think it's MagSafe. Comes with that and the cord, of course, here. They look so good. So with that, there's also a few things you're gonna need if you're a first-time Mac buyer, that because of those lightning ports, they do cause some issues when you have different USB cables. And if you don't wanna pay a lot of money for those, I recommend you get certain things. This is what I got to go with it. Now this is the Hutu shuttle. It is just an adapter, little lightning cable there. It comes with the lightning port here, the USB 3.0. It's got two of them. And then it's got a USB 2.0. It's got the SD card reader here. It's got the HDMI. It's 4K streaming here. And then there's another one there, and you can charge through this. So if you plug it in into the laptop, you can also plug it into the wall and charge through this device, and it works just fine. So these are pretty cheap. You can find them for 30, 40 bucks, sometimes even cheaper. This was, I think, 20 bucks, but I just went with the cheaper version. There's some that have more attachments here. If you're running an external monitor or you have some more things to do, these can handle that for you. They're very, very useful if you're doing an office setting, or you're just running a lot of different programs and you need things to hook up. This will do it. The nice part I actually was happy about is the promotion they were running online. So this one runs, base model runs for $11.99, so 1,100 bucks, 1,200 bucks. For the base model, the upgrade for that extra 8 gigs cost me an extra 160, 180 bucks. But it comes with a free AirPod. Maybe that's how they get you to spend more money. But the AirPods came for free, which I've actually been looking to get new earbuds because I've had some Jabra Elites actives, and they don't feel very comfortable. I'm not a huge fan of their comfort level. And these I like, especially for work. I can just wear them a lot during the day, and they're just really comfortable, and I can talk to people while I have them in without taking them out. So these came for free with that. You can upgrade to the Pros if you'd like. It's like 80 bucks extra. But I recommend that if you're already gonna buy one, check it out. They've got that. You know, with this, you've got that to plug into. The other item I got, which I will need, and a lot of you need, is just this case here. It's called the Mosiso. They're really cheap also. They run, you know, you can get them for 15, 20 bucks. There's some nicer ones are leather. This one isn't a leather. It's kind of that material, but inside it is this furry kind of feeling. It's very soft, and it does have like a memory gel or something in there to help hold the laptop and keep it secure if you're going to college or whatever. So I don't think there's anything else that is going on besides those accessories, but just if you see anything else on here that you think I should do, then you know, comment, whatever, and I'll try to do another review for that. But that's been my basic review of that.